In this video, we will try to understand what is the constructor in the class. Actually, like fields and properties, constructors also one kind of a member in the class. Actually, constructor also one kind of a method, we can say that is a special method in the class which is automatically triggered whenever you are going to create the instance of the class. That means whenever you are going to create the instance of the class, automatically if the constructor is available in the class, that will be fired automatically. So we will see constructors in the program. So for that, I have created the one file, that is the constructor demo, and then this constructor demo is having the one class, that is a file details constructors class. This class I set as a startup object in the project. Now in this class I am having the 5 fields: file name, file location, file size, created date and created date time, which is having the different values, and then I'm having the one main thread. So now how to create the constructor in the class? So I said that constructor is a special method in the class. How to declare that? So that is very easy. Actually, the name of the constructor and class name should be same. How is that? In the sense, let me copy and paste here. That's it. And if you prepare the method signature and if you write down like this, then this is the constructor. That's it. And this constructor will be automatically execute once you are going to create the instance of the class. Okay, so now let me design this is a public. Okay, so now here I'm going to prepare the one statement. Let's say console.writeLine file object created. That's it. Okay, so now I'm going to create the instance of the class. Okay, it's completed. Okay, let me write on the console.readline and execute. Once we are going to execute, so constructor it's automatically called, and whatever the statements you are having the constructor, we can see in the output. Okay, so now let me prepare the few more statements here. As of now, you are seeing that, right? I'm having the file name, file location, and these 5 fields we can say. So let me print these 5 fields. If you wanted to call the file name instead of the constructor or any method in the class, you can just use the field that is the file name. That's it. Okay, so now let me execute this one, console.writeLine. Same way, let me create the multiple statements of these fields. Now if you see the output, so I can see all the code. Okay, once I'm going to create the instance of the class, automatically all the statements in the constructor are executed so that I can see the output. Same way here, if you come into the file name, there are 2 ways you can call the field, any field in the method. The first way is you can directly call the by using the name of the field, or you can use the this dot. Actually, by using the this dot also you can call the fields of the class. Okay, so this which is nothing but, if you're going to mouse out of this which is nothing but represents the class name. This is nothing but one kind of a keyword in the C#.NET which is useful to call the members of the class. Okay, so now here this one also, here also you can write this, you can write down, here also you can write on this. Okay, here also you can write down this one, but by using this keyword, that will be recommend whenever you are going to call the any fields of the class. Don't directly call the file name, don't directly call the field names. So apart from that, just use this dot, so that what will be happen, right? Your values may not be overridden with the another methods. Okay, so that's the scenario. So now even you can see the same output. This is, if you observe that a constructor here, there are no parameters, you can say, And if you wanted to pass the parameters to the constructor, we can pass the parameters to the constructor as well. There is no issues on that. So let me prepare the one more constructor which should be having the parameters. So let me copy this code and paste here. So now here let me pass the parameters, file name, and string, some few parameters, file location, you can say, string file size, and string created date, and string date time. Okay, so now I'm having the one more constructor which is accepting the parameters. So now when this constructor, parameter constructor, will be triggered means whenever, if you are going to design the instance, class instance, that class, whenever that class contains to the multiple arguments, those multiple arguments here to match up with these arguments, there are 5 parameters, is the right. So if you are going to design the instance for the class which is passing the 5 parameters, then only this constructor will be fired. Okay, so how we are going to do that? In the sense, I'm going to I'm going to take the one more instance, file details constructor. Here I'm going to say that just file one. Here I'm going to say that file details constructor. Okay, see the intelligence of this method. I can see the one of two. One is nothing but I can see the class here, that is the you can say the class which doesn't have any parameter, so which is nothing but which indicates the this one. And if I'm going to see the second one, okay, so if I'm going to click on that, you see that second which is matching to the this constructor. Okay, so now it is expecting the file name, file locations, total 5 parameters it is expecting. Okay, so for that, let me prepare the values for the file name, that is credit card statement March, and then next value location, and file size, and created date. These are I'm passing. The last one is the created date time. Okay, so created date time, I'm going to give the random date 5 March 2025. Again, we can say that's it. Whenever I'm going to using this statement, this will be, this constructor will be triggered. Whenever I'm going to use this statement, then this constructor will be triggered. Actually, parameters, you can pass the single parameter or n number of parameters also you can pass. As of now, I'm passing the 5 parameters. You can pass the n number of parameters to the constructor, but the argument should be matched. In that case only, every parameter will be captured the proper value. Okay, so let me execute this one again. Let me execute this code. So whenever I'm going to use this one, I'm going to put the breakpoint here also. Here also I'm putting the breakpoint. Let me put the breakpoint here also. Let me click on continue, so that constructor will be captured. Okay, file name, whatever student one resume, which are by default these are the values. So these values are appended to the constructor. File name, whatever the file name, these are coming to here. Okay, so now in this way you can print the values. Now again, if you are going to come to the next statement, that is the 37, and then if you are going to execute, click on continue again. Okay, so now again here here in this constructor also getting called, and then F10, you can see the whatever the values, whatever the file name, you can see the credit card statement, whatever I'm getting. But as of now, in the scenario, I'm not using the any file name. I'm not printing any file name here. But if you see the this dot file name, you see that this dot file name which is represents the student one resume, and the parameter, if you see that there is a credit card marks dot pdf statement. If you wanted to assign the file name to the this dot file name, that's fine. Okay, there is no issues on that. Okay, as of now, I'm not initializing any value, but just I'm going to printing the whatever the values in this constructor, the same values I'm printing. That's it only. I'm not overriding the any values which are from the parameters to the fields. So in this way, you can prepare the either parameter less constructor in the class, or we can create the with parameter constructor into the class. Okay, so whenever we are going to call the method which is not having any parameters, then that parameter less constructor will be triggered. Whenever you are going to call the constructor which is having the parameters, that parameter constructor will be triggered.